Have you ever walked into a room in your own home and just felt instantly overwhelmed, like completely exhausted?
Oh, yeah. That feeling like the air itself is just heavy with stuff.
Exactly. And that mental burden, it's not just, in your head, it's actually real. There was this study.
The one about cortisol levels.
Yeah. It found women who said their homes felt cluttered while they actually had higher levels of the stress hormone, cortisol. So physical mess really can turn into mental chaos.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's not just about how things look. It's a real physiological connection between our space and how we feel inside.
Right. Shows just how much our surroundings can impact our mental state.
Absolutely.
So today we're going to take a deep dive into why clutter affects us so much. And more importantly, how we can build habits, like lasting habits, to create spaces that actually support our well-being. And this isn't just about cleaning, right? It's about getting back some control, finding peace, maybe freeing up time for the things you really care about.
Yeah, the things that matter. We're going to look at insights from, health, psychology, organizing experts.
The goal is to give you a clear path, maybe spark some of those aha moments along the way.
Definitely. And when we talk about the impact of clutter, it really does go beyond just being, visually messy.
Okay.
It adds to stress, anxiety, that feeling of being constantly overwhelmed. Think about it. Your mind is just bombarded with all this extra stuff to look at, to process. It's like background noise that drains your mental energy.
Yeah, that cognitive drain you mentioned. I totally get that. It's like you can't focus properly because your brain's busy filtering everything else out.
Precisely. And it makes it genuinely harder to be productive.
And it's not just productivity, is it? It can hit your self-esteem, too, if you're always feeling disorganized.
That feeling of being out of control. Yeah, it can really wear you down. It can even cause friction in relationships with family or roommates. It's complex, though there's an interesting little paradox some research points to. While order usually helps with healthy choices and less stress, some studies hint that a bit of disorder might actually spark creativity.
Really? That's counterintuitive.
It is. So it suggests maybe we need to find our own personal balance. A super rigid approach might not be for everyone.
Okay, that's a really important point. It's not about judgment. It's about understanding how your space affects your mind, and creativity.
Exactly.
And if you felt that push and pull wanting order, but living with chaos, well, you're not alone. So if clutter has this big impact, how do we start to change our relationship with all our stuff?
Well, that leads us right into the power of being intentional. And a key idea here is minimalism.
Minimalism, which often gets a bad rap, right? Like you have to live in an empty white box.
Exactly. It gets misunderstood as this really extreme aesthetic thing. But minimalism is less about owning the fewest things possible and more about living with intention.
Okay, intention. What does that look like?
It means consciously removing the distractions, the possessions that weigh you down physically and mentally so you can make space for, joy, purpose, fulfillment, finding the optimal amount of stuff for your life.
So it's not about deprivation.
Yeah.
Not giving up hobbies or things you love.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where people get stuck.
Not at all. The benefits are actually pretty universal. Think about the time and energy you get back when you're not constantly cleaning, organizing, fixing things.
Yeah.
That freed up energy can go towards what really matters, relationships, passions, your purpose. It leads to more gratitude, sometimes even saves you money.
Right.
Take someone who loves cycling. Minimalism doesn't mean giving up the bike. It might mean they stop buying random stuff so they actually have more resources for their passion.
Oh, I see.
It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more you by aligning your life and your space with your values.
That definitely shifts the focus from lack to empowerment. And speaking of powerful shifts, there's that method that really makes you rethink your belongings. The KonMari method.
Yes, Marie Kondo's method. It's quite unique. The main thing isn't, what should I get rid of?
Right, it's the spark joy thing.
Exactly. You hold each item and ask, does this spark joy? It forces you to be really introspective. And another key part is tidying by category, not location. Clothes first, then books, papers, miscellaneous items or common, and finally, sentimental things.
Why category?
Because it stops that endless cycle. You tidy clothes in the bedroom, then find more in the hall closet, then more somewhere else.
Okay, so you deal with all the clothes at once. Makes sense.
Yeah. And crucially, you finish all the discarding first across every category before you even think about storage.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
So you actually know what you need to store. You base your storage on what you've consciously chosen to keep rather than just trying to cram things back into maybe unsuitable spaces.
That's smart.
Like Kondo says, life truly begins only after you have put your house in order. It really helps you figure out what resonates with you.
It sounds amazing, really transformative. But let's be honest, for a lot of us, there's this huge gap between wanting that and actually doing it. And that gap is usually filled with procrastination.
Oh, yes, the P word.
But what's actually going on in our brains when we keep putting off the decluttering?
Well, procrastination is, it's pretty sneaky. It masks avoidance with what sound like perfectly good reasons.
Oy.
Think of it like a little tug of war in your head. Your right brain, the emotional side, goes, I really don't want to do this. Maybe it feels overwhelming, or you've had bad experiences before. Then your left brain, the logical side, jumps in and says, well, you should really answer those emails first, or you're tired, you deserve a break. It provides the excuse.
I recognize that internal negotiation team.
Exactly. So it's not just laziness, it's your brain trying to protect you from perceived unpleasantness. But yeah, we can outsmart it.
Okay, what are some simple ways to just become aware of when we're doing it without beating ourselves up?
Neutral awareness techniques are great for this. No judgment, just noticing. Simple things like maybe switch a bracelet from one wrist to the other every time you catch yourself avoiding the task. Or keep a little tally mark in a notebook. Or drop a coin in a jar. It sounds small, but doing it consistently starts to show you patterns.
Like when it happens most. Or what triggers it.
Exactly. Maybe it's always late afternoon, or maybe it's specifically dealing with paperwork. That information gives you power to make changes. It turns it from this vague frustration into something solvable.
That's really helpful. So once we're aware, how do we actually lower that resistance, make it less daunting, and maybe add a bit of urgency?
Okay, lowering resistance is key. First big one, chunking.
Breaking it down.
Yes, break huge projects into tiny, manageable steps. Don't think clean the whole garage, think sort through 5 boxes.
Right.
And if even that feels too big, find the smallest viable step. Maybe just making a list of what's in the garage, or moving the boxes to one spot.
Small wins.
Exactly. Momentum builds from those tiny wins. It's like a snowball effect.
I like that. Smallest viable step. What else?
Time blocking. Put it in your calendar. Even just 15 or 20 minutes. If it's scheduled, it feels more real, less optional.
Okay.
And try to make it enjoyable. This tackles the you factor. Put on a great podcast like this one.
Nice plug.
Or an audiobook, or your favorite music. Frame it as me time with a side of tidying. It really helps reduce the resistance.
Yeah, pairing something you dread with something you like. I do that with exercise sometimes. What about adding that urgency factor? Deadlines definitely motivate me.
Urgency is powerful. Accountability is a classic. Tell a friend what you're doing. Join a decluttering group online. Or, maybe the most effective,
What?
plan an event. Invite people over for dinner or games. Nothing lights a fire under you like knowing guests are coming.
So true. That definitely works.
You can also set firm timelines. Schedule that donation pickup before you finish sorting. That creates an external deadline you have to meet.
Clever. And there was that other concept, via negativa, path of subtraction.
Yes. It's a really interesting mental model. Instead of always asking, what can I add to make things better? Ask, what can I remove?
Okay.
It's often easier to spot what's wrong or unnecessary than to figure out the perfect addition. For clutter, it means focusing on getting rid of stuff, not just finding better ways to store more stuff. And it applies everywhere, removing distractions, bad habits, unnecessary commitments. Removing things often simplifies and clarifies and avoids unintended problems that adding things can cause. Clear the path. Don't just pave over it.
That's a powerful idea. Okay, this all leads perfectly into building lasting habits.
Yeah.
That's the real goal, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about this method that sounds pretty low stress, the daily declutterathon.
The daily declutterathon. Yeah, it's a great strategy for consistency. Basically, it's about quickly removing items you don't need, want, use, or love anymore.
Quickly being the key word.
Yes, and daily. Usually just short bursts, like 15 minutes. It's not about a massive overhaul. It's about quick wins, taking immediate action, focusing on the easy stuff first.
I like the sound of easy decisions and no procrastination. What makes it so effective?
Several things. You get instant gratification, you see results right away, which is super motivating. It's totally doable. Just 15 minutes, most people can find that. It gives you structure, but it's flexible. Miss a day, No big deal, just start again tomorrow. You can't really get behind.
That reduces the pressure.
Exactly. It's stress-free because you start with easy wins, obvious trash, broken things, stuff you clearly don't use, and it's mess-free. You're just taking things out, not pulling everything out to sort.
Ah, that's a big one. Avoids creating an even bigger mess.
Right, and all this builds momentum. Small wins build confidence. And over time, you develop this fantastic habit of keeping on top of things before they get overwhelming.
So you're chipping away daily instead of facing a mountain later.
Yeah.
Can you give some quick examples? Like, what can you realistically do in 15 minutes?
Sure. Maybe tackle one dresser drawer, pull out obvious trash, single socks, t-shirts you haven't worn in ages. Done.
Okay.
Or the fridge. Fossil, leftovers, expired stuff, wipe a shelf. That's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
A single bookshelf. Pull off books you know you won't reread or reference. Put them in a donation box.
Right.
Even the bathroom vanity, toss empty bottles, expired makeup, stuff you tried but didn't like. Quick, focused bursts make a visible difference.
That sounds so much more manageable. Okay, beyond the declutterathon, what other specific habits can we build for a consistently tidier home?
A really powerful one is the one in, one out rule.
Simple but effective?
Very. New sweater comes in, an old one goes out, new book, donate one you're done with. It instantly stops clutter from building up, especially with clothes or media.
I should try that. What else?
An evening reset routine, just 5-10 minutes before bed. Wipe down kitchen counters, put stray items away, maybe tidy your desk. Waking up to a calm space makes a huge difference to your morning.
Oh, definitely. Waking up to a clean kitchen sounds lovely. What about bigger tasks?
For clothes, rotating seasonal items helps. When you swap clothes over, use it as a chance to declutter anything you didn't wear last season.
Good trigger point.
For general cleaning, exactly. And simple daily things, manage mail immediately. Junk mail out, file bills, deal with it right away. And maybe create a cleaning caddy. Keep your main supplies together, portable. Makes cleaning quicker if you're not hunting for the spray bottle.
Okay, smart. And what about organizing the stuff we do keep? You mentioned earlier is often about disorganization, not lack of space.
Yes. That study found 80% of clutter is due to disorganization. So, implement smart storage solutions. Drawer dividers are amazing. Magnetic strips for knives or tools. Corner shelves. Over-the-door organizers. Use that vertical space.
Make it easy to put things away.
That's the key. If putting something away is easy, you're more likely to do it. And finally, revisit your storage areas regularly. Closets, the attic, the garage. Every 3-6 months, just do a quick edit. Remind yourself what's there. See if anything can go. Keeps things from getting overwhelming again.
It sounds like a continuous process, not a one-off fix. Now, when we are getting rid of things, how can we do it responsibly? Sustainably?
Donation is great, but we can be strategic. First, have a plan, know what you're tackling, then prioritize reusable items, clothes, furniture, books in good condition, and please clean them first.
Good point. Makes it easier for the charity.
Definitely. And try to choose charities that focus on sustainability, ones that resell, recycle, or have environmental programs. You're extending the item's life.
Okay, not just any drop-off box.
Right. To keep the momentum, schedule regular pickups, monthly, quarterly, whatever works. It stops things piling up again. If possible, opt for local donation services. Supports your community, less travel, smaller carbon footprint.
Makes sense.
Check if they take hard-to-recycle items like electronics. There are specialized places for those. When you pack, bundle small things together and try to use eco-friendly packing like boxes, not plastic bags.
Tit-tit.
And donate seasonal stuff ahead of time. Winter coats in early fall, not spring. They can use them right away.
Yeah.
And finally, just educate yourself on what your chosen charity actually accepts. Saves everyone time and effort.
It feels like all these methods are really about being more intentional, not just with stuff, but with life. Which kind of leads to this other interesting concept, Swedish death cleaning.
Yes, deathshading. It sounds a bit morbid, but it's actually very practical and thoughtful.
How so?
It's about eliminating unnecessary things now so you don't burden your family with sorting through it all later, or even just lightening your own load as you get older. It's about preparation and peace of mind.
Okay, so how does it work?
It's usually a slow, thorough process. You might start with less emotional stuff, maybe storage areas, big furniture, then gradually move towards more personal items, often by size, then maybe room by room.
Taking your time with it.
Yep.
Is there a mindset shift involved too?
Absolutely. A huge part of it is start buying less. Really thinking about what you bring into your home in the first place.
Right, preventing future clutter.
Yes. And it also encourages you to involve loved ones, talk about the process, ask if they'd like certain items. It can actually be a really positive, connecting experience. It offers peace of mind for the future, leaving clarity, not clutter.
Wow. Okay, so this whole deep dive, we've covered a lot. From understanding why clutter affects our minds, that stress link, the cognitive drain, to practical philosophies like minimalism and KonMari.
And then tackling procrastination awareness, chunking tasks, making it urgent or enjoyable.
Yeah, and building those lasting habits. The daily declutterathon, the one-in, one-out rule, smart routines, sustainable donating, even that long-term view with Swedish death cleaning.
It really is a journey, isn't it? Not just a destination. It's about progress, definitely not perfection.
Absolutely. And connecting it all, decluttering is really this powerful tool, isn't it? To clear away the clutter so you can live the life you want, aligning your home with your values.
Exactly. Creating space, not just physical space, but mental space too, for the things that really matter, relationships, passions, purpose.
So here's a thought to leave you with, something to maybe mull over. What if the true cost of something isn't what's on the price tag? What if the true cost is how much of your life, your time, your energy, your mental space you trade for it?
That's a powerful question.
And if you really thought about it that way, what would you choose to let alone, knowing that living with less might actually mean having more of what you truly value?
Something to definitely reflect on. Maybe today you could just start with one tiny step, or even just identify one of those saboteur thoughts that might be holding you back.
We really appreciate you joining us for this deep dive. We hope it sparks some ideas, and we invite you to continue your own journey of discovery and intentional living. Go clear some space for what matters.